Welcome to the Super Show.
The Super Show. Okay.
Yeah. National Early Signing Day.
Christmas morning before Christmas, baby.
Yep. It used to be that Christmas came in football after Christmas, but now
we get it before.
Yeah, you get it twice, I guess. Twice is nice.
Take it. The more football we can get, the better, brother.
Before we get into that, let's get into what you just brought up to me earlier. Arizona football job. Are they a sleeping giant? Maybe.
I don't know.
So who are the candidates? You
so I'm just reading an article off my go-to site, footballscoop.com. Article released today talking about top candidates for the Arizona University Wildcats. The article, it says here, and quote, look for Alabama offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian to be perhaps the top candidate for the position. Now, we know right now, obviously, Steve Sarkisian is the offensive coordinator for Alabama, has been a head coach at big-time programs in, by the way, the Pac-12 at USC and Washington. Seems to be he has turned down other jobs last year. He was linked to the Colorado job, linked to the Mississippi State job last year, and ultimately turned them down to return to Alabama. Obviously, look, if you're the offensive coordinator at Alabama, I kind of think you wait for the job that you really want. You don't have to force something unless, your relationship with Mr. Saban is that on edge. But he seems to be the top candidate. Couple other names that should sound familiar to some people. Former Colorado, UCLA, and Washington coach as well, Rick Neuheisel is another name that's been surfacing. And then you got the current USC offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell, who, if anybody remembers, was a quarterback at where? Can you tell me, Coach?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, guns up, slinging it around. San Jose State head coach, Brent Brennan. And then a name that continues to come up for these major jobs is UCF, University of Central Florida head coach Josh Heupel.
I like Josh Heupel.
So if you take a look at it, these are I mean,
Sarkisian's already been in the Pac, whatever it's called now.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
But if you look,
you want me to date myself? I still think of it as the Pac.
No idea.
8.
If it's 8, what are you saying? 8? Yep, knew it. But these names, if you look at them straight off the jump, I don't know much about the current San Jose coach. What is it? Brent Brennan. It says here. I don't know much about him, but I'm pretty sure Steve Sarkisian, offensive coordinator. Rick Neuheisel, I'm pretty sure is an offensive guy. Graham Harrell, offensive coordinator. Josh Heupel, offensive guy. Pac-12, West Coast. What do they love to do out there? Score points. So it seems this trend of innovative offenses and offensive points, exciting, seems to continue with that trend. So I don't know.
Sarkisian's going to be it's going to be hard for them not to give it to Sarkisian.
That's the way I look at it. How do you not give it to somebody who's familiar with the conference itself and has had success?
Yep.
And not to mention, now you got a few years of Nick Saban under your belt. Obviously, you're going to learn something. If not, you know what I mean? If you go there and don't learn anything, something wrong with you. So to take that to the West Coast, I think could be another big name to go to this Arizona program and hopefully do something that the other big names couldn't do in the past. Because, I mean, you look at it, Rich Rod was a big hot name for a while, even after his what I would call a debacle at Michigan or failed attempt at Michigan. And then you get to Kevin Sumlin coming off Texas A&M job. goes to Arizona, can't get it done. So can Steve Sarkisian be the one that pulls it all together? It's a good question. I don't know. It's something to think about, something to look at. But it never ceases to amaze me how trends continue and continue and continue. And here you go again with the whole trend of offense being the way to go. Here it is again.
Well, I think in those jobs, you're going to have to score points, and
especially in the Pac-12.
Yeah, you're also going to need someone who can recruit the players out of California, who has some experience with it. That's probably why you.
I mean, if you really look at it, the places he's been, right? Washington, north as north can be
right.
on the West Coast. Arizona as south can be on the West Coast, and then, to have a stop in the middle somewhere at USC, he's got that entire West Coast, seaboard on lockdown. Not to mention you make the right couple hires with coordinators, position coaches. I am sure he will bring one or two Alabama assistants with him, maybe not formal coaches as far as specific position coaches, but I can almost damn well put a good amount of money on it that he'll take some analysts or take somebody that works closely with him in Alabama with him if this is ultimately the spot that he takes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably one of the interesting hires if someone can turn it around, and the opportunity is there. I mean, I think it's kind of a sleeping giant. I don't know. It's just people have been close. Mike Stoops has been close, but
and that's the thing. You wonder, because we look at it all the time about this stuff. I mean, even going, looking at high schools, right? Like, look, this place is a sleeping giant. Why has nobody ever won there, right? Like, why? You have the athletes, you have the support, you have this, you have that. Why will this program, or why can this program just not get over the hump? Right. And those are the questions that obviously we don't know because, something behind closed doors. Is it this? Is it that? We don't know those factors that go into it. But we talk about it all the time when you look at certain programs that, a lot of people feel like are a sleeping giant. And then you really look back at the history of the program and you're thinking why, or you're trying to understand why certain guys that are, highly regarded can't get it done.
Great point.
I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with cactus and a desert, and I don't know. What the hell do I know about Arizona? All I know is it's very nice. I think it's nice.
Yeah, there's a mix that between maybe administration. Who knows? I don't know. But it's
you'll never know. You'll never know until somebody goes there, wins, and then
you'll find
somebody will follow suit. And like I said, it's a copycat, right? Coaching is copying, right? Whatever somebody did and was successful, you're going to try it or you're going to do it if you want to be a good coach. That's how I look at it. Very, very few times is a true innovator of something that's never been done before, something unprecedented. Do they go in and just make things happen?
Good point. Very good point. Let's go to recruiting. So today is the early National Signing Day, and there's some interesting things that have happened. Obviously, everything's shaking out, although we're getting to the point where we'll have a good idea where a lot of the teams fall, because most of the top D1 schools will have their players locked up, so to speak, for lack of a better word. And signed with them, and you're going to go from there. So what I'm curious is mostly on what are the kind of the big stories out of it. And one of the stories I think is interesting is Deion Sanders.
Before we even get into the actual signing of everything, because this is just something that's really come about in the last few years. Are you a fan of this early signing period?
I have two sides to this for me. First of all, I think that my issue with the early signing period as a coach, a high school coach, is that it potentially is a distraction as you get towards the end of the season. Players worried about where he's going to go. Everyone's pursuing him. He doesn't get to visit the college. A lot of different factors go into it. That's my number one issue with it. The flip side of it is the kid gets it out of the way. He gets to go enjoy, I don't know. I don't see a ton of huge benefits to it other than they get it done. To me, it seems like it hurts late developing players tremendously, forces the top tier schools to lock in guys as early as humanly possible, pushing down the recruiting process even earlier than it already is. I don't know that any of those things are a good thing. I would look at it if I was a second tier Division I program as potentially an opportunity because you could snatch up a lot of those late developing guys. I don't know if they look at it that way or not, but like if I was, I don't know, UConn, for example,
Whoa.
What?
Are you telling me that you're considering UConn a second tier Division I program?
Yes.
How many tiers do we have?
Well, I just have 2 tiers. I have easy. I have to physically go through that Zoom call to get you.
Look, we're talking. Come on, I have to throw my shade in there somewhere. But I understand what you're saying. You're talking a lower tier, a lower tier Division I program, a non-Power 5 conference team, to say.
Primarily, yes.
You're not talking your Bamas, your LSUs, your Ohio States.
I'm saying non-Power 5 schools,
or even maybe they are a Power 5 school, but they're in the lower half of that.
They haven't had an opportunity to get there, or maybe they're building up or something. So it's an opportunity to get some players that develop late. Yeah, I mean, football to me is different than basketball, and I think that maybe because of that, now early signing is a big deal in basketball.
Dude,
can they sign in like the summer? I don't remember how it works.
My question to you then would be, you brought up the idea of distractions and things like that towards the end of a player's season. These guys that are signing early, right? Most of them already have, for the most part, their top 5, their top 2, their this or that in place during their season. You're talking about visits being a distraction, and that
I don't think they're even going on many visits, to be honest.
Well, obviously we know this year is very different than anything other than that.
I'm saying
I always make the point of, if you've developed these relationships pre-COVID where you got these guys on campus early, they're going to resort to going to a school they're familiar with.
I'll put it, I don't dislike it. I just think that it waters things down a little bit. I think it forces the recruiting process to take place even earlier. I think I don't know whether it benefits or hurts the top tier schools or not. I see that it could be a benefit for second tier schools, but I don't know.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I think that, look, for me, man, I know they do it and it is what it is, but I really don't know how much recruiting you really have to do at Alabama, right? If you tell a 5-star kid, look, man, hey, here's your offer on the table.
You still got to recruit. You still got
absolutely 100%. I think it's more I liken it more to basketball, right? If you get a call from Coach K at Duke, do you really need to go see Duke? Like, you know what I mean?
I would need to go see it, man.
I agree. Personally, I got to go see everything I want. But some of these
I'm getting recruited by Duke, then I'm getting recruited by North Carolina.
You would think. How can you value UConn?
UConn's recruiting me, definitely.
I mean, if it was my daughter, she's going to UConn. I don't know if, like a male, if my son was going to go there, but my daughter's going to UConn to play basketball all day.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's the man. Hopefully he's there by the time your daughter gets there. But
do you think he could coach football?
He can coach at anything he wants, that guy. He's a great leader. He's tough. Great leader. He's one of my favorite he's one of my favorite people to listen to when he talks about building.
Oh, absolutely. Building programs, culture, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the way he develops the team and the like, he's just always thinking about how to.
He's just a great coach, man.
Yeah. He's a great coach. And
definition of a coach.
It's he's just an interesting guy too. But anyway,
back to the early signing day. Now, here's the other thing. This early signing day, and I know it doesn't happen a lot in Jersey, but other states, I think more so. You're talking about now early enrollees, right? So you sign early, you graduate in high school in December. Now, look, January, I can get on campus. I can be there for spring ball. And now I have an entire spring ahead of these guys that are coming in June for the summer and whatnot. How does that affect it?
That's definitely a positive for both the player and the school, in my opinion, of an early signing. I definitely think that's a positive. That's why I'm kind of torn on it. Like I guess this might be like my nostalgic nature, maybe too. Part of it is that
good word, SAT word.
There you go. Can you spell it?
Hell no.
NOSTAL.
That's why I got autocorrect, man. I never won any spelling bee ever. Geography bee, maybe. Spelling, hell no.
Oh, definitely I can just spell. So I just think that the whole National Signing Day on that one day was like pretty cool. It's definitely covered, but obviously you're in the middle of the season, so it's not covered as much. Now, college coaches will think that maybe there's a positive to that in the sense that you're not overinflating these kids' egos because this one day they're so, like since the early signing period has started, you see much less of the I'm going to choose one of these 5 helmets and hats and put it on thing. So you see a lot less of that. Not that I care less. I mean, whatever they want to do, but you see less of that part, which the college is probably like, and less drama. I don't know. Something I just like about National Signing Day. I can't get it out of my head.
I love it, and I think it's look.
You know what else I don't like? You're going to get more pressure to choose do it at that time. If you don't sign
with me early, it's not going to be there.
It might not be there either. That's another pressure that I think is unfair to them. Now, I don't know I guess the next thing would maybe how does a kid feel about it? I don't know how they feel about it. Maybe it gets it out of the way. I don't know. I just think that, like, if you don't end up signing, you may not have your offer. If you need time, you may not have an offer. I don't know.
My thing is, if I'm a kid, right, and I say kid, but meanwhile, you look at some of these kids that are signing, they sure as hell don't look 17 years old. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, just look at the picture of the kid the 5-star that just signed with Alabama that Coach Dex just put on his Insta story.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. But I would just say, if I'm one of these kids and now all of a sudden you're telling me, hey, if you don't sign early with me, it might not be there. Do I want to go there? Is that the type of coach I want coaching me for the next 5 years? Hopefully 3, so I can come out and make millions.
It depends on what your situation is.
And I totally understand that. And look, we look at it and we're looking at it from one perspective, but we don't know about some of these kids that are really coming from absolutely nothing, and this is their ticket out.
Well, again, more of the reason that they need time to make the right decision. So,
which goes into the whole thing. Do they jump into certain decisions because of those factors?
The flip side of it is this. The flip side of it is there's very little penalty now also if you transfer. So
we can do
if you make a wrong decision, if you make the wrong decision, are you really penalized?
Right, because back in the day, I think a lot of a stigma went along with that, like, oh, this kid's not willing to sit in a program and fight for his job. That's the type of character he has. That's this, that's that. But now we're looking at the Russell Wilsons of the world who transfer from NC State to Wisconsin, and now, they're one of the top MVP. They're one of the, an MVP candidate in the league. Or you're looking at a Joe Burrow who leaves Ohio State, goes somewhere, does phenomenal. Justin Fields leaves Georgia and goes to, and is now doing what he's doing at Ohio State. Like the transfer thing, the days of I'm going to battle it out, win my spot, and take over, I think those days are gone. I just don't think that's the type of, whether it be the type of kids that are around, whether it be society itself with this instant gratification type of stuff where it is what it is, you know what I mean? But, growing up for me personally, it was, look, man, like you just fight until you get what you want. There's no turning and running or looking for a better situation. Yeah. This is where you're at. This is the decision you made, own it, and get what you want. I know it's a very fine line and a very interesting conversation to have, because you can argue both sides and you can argue both sides logically,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something for me about earning it, working my way to get what I want. And then when you get it, there's nothing like that feeling. That's how I look at it. But then again, I sure as hell was never a 5-star. I sure as hell didn't have coaches banging down my door to come have me play ball for them, And when you've been that way your entire career, your entire life, when you've always been, the dude, like I like to say, right? And you're not just a guy, now all of a sudden when you get to college and you're just a dude among dudes and you've never been challenged like that up until that point, now what?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think that
and look, there's a lot into it. I threw a lot into it. There's a lot of factors, dynamics.
I've been,
throw COVID into it.
Yeah, like how many of these play? Yeah, there's a whole bunch with it.
The amount of factors that go into recruiting to begin with, and now throw COVID onto it.
COVID-19. Can't say that word on streaming, I think. They don't like it. They'll censor you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, they're talking about COVID. Censor them,
Give them a vaccine.
So,
I don't know. I love early, late, if you're doing it at the Under Armour game, if you're doing it at the former Army All-American game, I don't care, man. Like I said, to me, signing day, it's one of the best days of the year. The more we can have, the better for me because, and like I was telling you off air before we came on, it's a day where, you have a certain amount of athletes that now have, an opportunity to do something great, something amazing. So to see them have that day, for me, to see the culmination of all of their work come together and them, pick one of those hats or do some other kind of crazy things that we've seen done on signing day. good for you. But now realize, like, okay, now the party is somewhat over. It's time to put your head down and get to work. You're still walking into a locker room with, 70 other dudes that are dudes. It's not just, you running through some, little Johnny who's never going to play football again. Now you're going against a guy a dude who's, on your level, if not better. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. Twitter needs to put our stuff to the top so that everyone can get it all the time. Come on, Twitter. I
thought Twitter would be calling you for how much you post on that thing.
No, there are people that post more.
Oh my God, hourly, every half hour, every this, every that. I love it. Social media, whatever. Embrace it. Embrace it. And if not, you're getting left behind.
You do your TikTok.
It's just how it works, man. No, you're the TikTok guy. I am far. I don't even have the app on my phone. I can't watch that. That stuff's way too much for me.
I just do the recruiting stuff on there. It's good, actually. I do. I
missed the old mannequin challenge.
Oh,
that was good for a while.
Everyone just stays still,
right? Everybody just stays still for all that, and then all of a sudden they bust out the song, and it's like, woo! Like, okay, that was like,
you know what? My favorite
stuff. That was like 2017 stuff. We're talking here.
I'm going to give you an earlier one that was even better. Oh my goodness. It was when LeBron James was on the Miami Heat and they did
that was the yeah. I know what you're talking about. And they all came out in the costumes.
Oh, and what's his name was in it? Hold on. The Harlem Shake.
Yes. Yes.
That was great.
Say, where's your boy in our chatting? Where's our pseudo third host of the show? Because I knew Chris would have been right on it.
I gotta. This was one of my favorites of all time. I hate
the Harlem. Yeah, and that's where he was dressed. He was dressed like a king, right?
He was dressed like of course. What would he be? What else would he be dressed like? Yeah, there he is. What was that guy's name?
Birdman.
The Birdman.
You have to look up his picture when he originally got into the league with no tattoos.
I used to love this. This was like the original. Oh, which one's the Birdman?
The Birdman is the nickname for the guy that came out to begin it.
Oh, there he is. I know, but like, is he in that part? Oh, look at the guy.
That's Chris Bosh.
Oh yeah, Washington Wade. Oh, that was great.
That's Dwayne Wade.
There he is, Birdman. Oh, that was great. That was great stuff.
That's the Birdman right there.
I hear our third host working his way down here. That's what I hear now.
He knows you're on. He's got it down. That or mom is sending him down.
Yeah, that might be it too. That could easily be just as much that as it is anything else. So
look, she knows there's a storm brewing outside. Hey, if we were up north, we'd have like actual snow.
He's not working. He's down there playing.
Little does she know that this is the. Are you kidding me? Like, we're Mike and Nick coming. This is huge.
What do you do all day? What do you play all day? Yeah, it's called. That's my business. It's called football.
It's my business.
My business. Oh yeah, you're just playing. You're just playing.
He's just messing around with Coach D.
I gotta go to football practice. Yeah. Do that before you do this before practice. I'm like, I gotta go to work.
It's like we're out there throwing a frisbee or something. Hey, catch! Oh, look at that!
Nicole is. I've been coaching for a long time. And obviously I'm with her because She definitely handles it the best of any person I've ever dated. Because, boy, I could tell you stories of people that used to
We could do an entire show how we are. Look, there. I don't think
I used to get harassed for.
I'm just telling you, any female, any significant other, across the board, because we're not, we're open on this show. We're open on this show. Any significant other, any significant other who dates, has been talking to, pseudo relationship, married. If you do any of that with a coach, you're a saint. Because if there are people that are all in, if most coaches are the way we are, there's no doubt that that's why the divorce rate among coaches is so high. Because the hours we work for nothing and all that stuff, man, I got a saint, you have a saint, I mean, other than the fact that, my personality is pseudo amazing, my family actually refers to Jen as Saint Jen because she is a saint. I mean, and look, she knows what's the one key thing that she never asks, and knows this after knowing me from the time I've been, and seeing me play literally every single year of football, my entire life. She knows never to ask, what time you coming home?
I still get asked that.
Then I must have the cream of the crop, because she knows, hey, we're supposed to have practice from this to this, but
she knows though. But on my old days, long before I was with Nicole, when I would be, I'm just trying to think back here. I would be dating. I'd be dating. I'm just thinking of some of the crazy questions I would get. But I remember one of them. This one always sticks in my mind. How are you ever gonna get married and be home at 5 p.m. for dinner? I said, I'm never gonna be home at 5 p.m. for dinner.
Don't you see that some of these haven't you noticed that a lot of these staffs have like Monday night family night, where the families all come to the facility? You know what I'm saying? Like, rare is it that you have a Dabo Sweeney that makes you go to your kids' games. Most times it's sleeping on a cot. I mean, earlier in the year, the receivers coach for the Chargers, on Hard Knocks had said, I haven't seen my family in 3 months. That's a little extreme.
That is extreme.
I guess for that paycheck and, I don't know.
Yeah, trade-offs to it, but I remember I used to get some funny ones back in the day.
When are you coming home? How are you going to be home for dinner? Your kid's going to show up?
I used to get
you come to me for dinner?
I used to get accused of dating other again, I'm prefacing this before I was with Nicole. I used to get accused of dating other women because I would because Monday night you watch film till
Monday night's your late night. Monday night is a work night.
Right. So this is long before Huddle. So we used to write everything down. This is when I was in my maybe 20s or 30, and we used to write everything down and or put it into the laptop, and it was.
My God.
It'd be like I'd come back at 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah. That was an early night.
Who were you with? DJ Nymphius?
Who were you with? A Sharpie? The Expo board?
Joe Klaus and DJ Nymphius? I was like this. As we rewound we rewinded the film for the 900th time for the same play. I was like this.
Yeah. After I'm about 7 5-hour energies deep, and how many bags of McDonald's and a 20-piece over here, and we're still going.
Which way did the guard step?
You're like, oh wait, what? Damn.
Yeah,
Wind it back.
I got it.
Wind it back. Wait, what? What?
I think I nodded off for a second.
Listen, my one story about that, obviously, is, and you know what it's like to have and any other coach that's ever done it that has a short turnaround game. I mean, when I was at Bosco, this was my "you're really a coach now" moment. Was we played at Navy on a Saturday night against Gilman School, and we didn't it was a late night. It was a Saturday night game, so we played at 7. So we didn't travel to come home that night. So we got on a bus Sunday morning, came back to Ramsey, and then we were supposed to, and then the following week, we were playing St. Thomas Aquinas on Friday night on ESPN2 in Fort Lauderdale. And we were leaving on a plane Thursday morning. So we came back, still had luggage packed and everything. Got back to Ramsey Sunday, somewhere around 2:00. We were in the office till couldn't tell you what time on Monday. Practiced Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Flew to Fort Lauderdale. Game plan. I mean, it was unreal. And we get down to Florida, we get our walkthrough in, yada yada. Long story short, we go out and beat both Bosa brothers on a Friday night. But that turnaround, wow! Like now, I'm like, all right, you know what? This is really coaching. It was phenomenal. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything. I used to tell before Jen, I used to just tell them, I used to tell my significant others, hey, I will see you in December. Don't expect for me to be coming to any gender reveals, no communions, no family parties. You make all the big decisions. I'll hand you my paycheck and see you in December.
See you in December.
Now, rarely has that ever happened, but we're still working on it.
That's great. That's great.
Still 0-3 in finals, but that's changing. I'm telling you.
So, again, back around the signing day. So we get some interesting things. First of all, let's see who's ranked at the top right now.
My thing is, if you take a look at the top 10 guys, right? 5 stars, whatever. How many of them signed today? That's my question.
The top 10 guys?
Out of your top 10, how many signed on the dotted line today? And are they still using fax machines?
That's I don't know the answer to that. I think they do.
Do those even exist?
Oh, yeah, you probably can I guess you could. I don't know. I think you could email it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they still do use fax machines. I don't know.
Those videos used to be great. You got all the coaches around the room, right? Waiting. Yep, first one's in. 6:45 a.m. We got him. Slam it on the board. Here we go. Next guy up, right? You're walking in. There's balloons. It's like New Year's Eve.
So number 1, Corey Foreman, who I've profiled before, actually did not sign yet. JC,
what are his? Where's he? Give me some of his background. Where's he from?
Pomona, California, defensive end.
Position defensive end. You said from California.
Yeah.
And what's his top 5?
His top 5 are SC, LSU, Clemson, Arizona State, Georgia.
SC, LSU, Clemson,
Arizona State, Georgia.
Arizona State.
JC Latham signed with Alabama today from IMG Academy, offensive tackle.
And I can guarantee you he's enrolling early.
Probably it.
Because you do know that IMG, for everybody that doesn't know, IMG, number 1 school in the country, located in Sarasota, Florida, but is not sanctioned to play in the Florida high school playoffs.
So I'm sure they're done already.
They've been done. Mm-hmm. And that's I like to call him our boy because he's from, he's a Jersey guy.
Yeah.
In year 1 as the head coach, Bobby Acosta, who is a graduate of Now, I disliked the school just because they were one of our rivals, but Rowan University, when Rowan University was a straight powerhouse, I believe going back to back. I believe Casey Keeler, absolutely. And where is he now? Do you know?
So, he's at
Do you know?
Yeah, I do. He's at the school is
Come on now.
It's in Texas. It
is in Texas. It is not a FBS school.
It's an FCS school. It's
and they continue to score gazillions of points.
What's the name of it now? It's hold on, don't tell me. Oh, it's
actually amazing because his quarterback a few years ago was a huge deal when he first verbaled and ultimately enrolled at Rutgers and then ultimately transferred to this school. And you wouldn't think this kid would be, because of the high school that he came from, would be any type of big-time recruit from New Jersey, but he was a big, big, big hit for Rutgers during this whole process, and then ultimately transferred.
Oh, what's the school? It's not Stephen F. Austin. It's
no, but it's close. It's got something like that. The name trends with
Sam Houston, maybe. Sam Houston State. That's it. Sam Houston State.
I can always count on you.
Sam Houston State.
Can you tell me the quarterback?
Oh, the quarterback who transferred from Rutgers?
Never. I don't know if he even took a snap there.
Oh. And he
verbaled so early in his high school career.
He verbaled to Rutgers early in his career?
I believe he missed his entire junior year because of a broken leg.
And he's from New Jersey, I guess?
New Jersey, from a school that I can't even believe they still have a program.
They can't believe they still have a program.
Kind of around your old stomping grounds, brother.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
I would hope so. I gave you enough hints.
Because if you didn't give me a hint, I wouldn't have got it. So, but I'm glad you gave me a hint. It's Mike Dare. Am I right? Mike
yes,
Dare.
Sir. Yes,
Mike
sir.
Dare.
What is it? Dare? I think it's Dare. Michael Dare, maybe?
Dare.
Do you remember the high school?
Elmwood Park.
Elmwood Park, brother. Original name is... There's a good one, too.
West Patterson.
West Patterson, EP, buddy. EP.
What? Well, the original name was West Patterson.
Try again.
The town wasn't West Patterson?
EP.
Well, it's Elmwood Park.
Patterson.
East. West Patterson, East Patterson. Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah. East Patterson.
Really not sure how they still have a team, to be honest with you.
Right. It's just like West Patterson named themselves Woodland Park.
Right. And they go to what high school?
Woodland Park must go to Passaic Valley.
You're on today, man. You are on.
I'm on? Is that right? Oh,
yeah, that's right. Of course.
I was a guess. I wasn't 100%.
No, come on, man. Now you're talking to my first official coaching job, Passaic Valley Hornets, baby.
Do you know who the legendary coach was at Passaic Valley?
Of course, Mr. Coach Chet Arlavecchio.
No. Long before him, old school.
Oh, then I have absolutely no idea.
He coached me in high school. Steve Gertie.
Never heard of him.
I know. God rest his soul, Steve.
Last time they won a championship at Passaic Valley, a very familiar name that we bring up often, Van Zyl.
Van Zyl played for the did he?
The father.
Oh, I thought Van Zyl went to Butler.
He did. His father coached at PV and won the last title that was won there.
What year is that?
80s, late 80s?
Yeah, because they were a power in like the 60s and 70s. These times.
Or with Red Bank.
Good point.
We always circle back, brother. We always circle back. But yeah, I can remember him, Dare being a very big early sign for them, and then ultimately didn't work out. Went to Sam Houston, chucked it all around for Casey Keeler.
Did he? I didn't know all this. I did not know.
Yeah.
I gotta
Well,
look.
I just do it because I follow. Anytime. I don't know.
I didn't even know.
For some reason, I know. For some reason,
well,
Casey Keeler,
here though, doesn't he?
What's that?
Wouldn't he? He graduated. It says 20.
I would think he graduated. I mean, this is we're talking. I mean, unless I'm somewhere in my brain sped up time, I would think that was a while ago. Unless, I mean, what are you looking at? Are you looking at Sam Houston right now?
I guess yeah. He played in 2018. Was his last.
Right, that was one of those remember, red shirt, but I get a year and I get another year here or year here. These guys.
Oh, he went to Lackawanna for 2017.
He was the starter.
Lackawanna College. Then he went to 2018. He was at. But he's listed as 2021 spring roster graduate student, so he's still there. So
he's played 8 years of college ball.
He's still there, dude. He's still there. So he's got Mike. Mike has very nice kid, by the way.
Tall kid, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Very tall, yeah.
6'6"?
Yeah, or something like that. 2018, he threw for. I guess he must have split time. He threw for 748 yards. Let me see here. That's a good question. I don't know.
Listen, if you're talking JUCOs on the East Coast, you're talking definitely, Lackawanna, hands down. So
6'7" he is.
Listen, we used to play funny, right? So we used to game scrimmage. Every year at Montclair State, we would have a game scrimmage before we would open up our season. Every single year was Lackawanna Junior College. Good God.
They're good? Well,
now, we would win in our pseudo game scrimmage, but if you're talking individuals, you know what I mean? Left tackle's got, he's going to Florida State. This guy's going to Virginia Tech. This guy's going here because what? They're JUCOs. They're there for a reason. You know what I mean? And if not, there's somebody who's looking for an offer somewhere. So you're playing against some top tier talent. Now, it's always the thing that we talk about. Are they there? They're there for themselves. They're not so much there for the team. So when it came to that part of it, it was an issue. But when you're talking one-on-one matchups, really, I'm matching up against a kid who's next semester's going to Florida State. Oh boy.
I went and ran the tallies. 35 of the 50 kids in the top 50 are assigned today.
35 of the 50, so more than half.
Oh yeah, and
I wonder how many of them are early enrollees.
And out of the top.
And here's the other thing, right?
Bama has 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does Bama have the number one recruiting class for 2020?
4 in the top 50 signed. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in the top 50 signed. Ohio State has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the top 50 signed.
Who has that?
Ohio State.
Ohio State has 6 of the top 50. Alabama has how many?
That's signed today. 5. Oklahoma has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the top 50. Miami
quietly has put together, from what I'm hearing, a big-time sleeper class.
Miami has 2.
I mean, I don't know how many are going to decommit after giving up 700 yards of offense. Sorry, Coach Valdez from Union City. I know you're a big, and an alum, and you preach it so much, but Listen, man, that was embarrassing as hell.
Clemson has two signed and three.
So what you're telling me, Coach, is the rich get richer.
Yep, 3 in the top 50.
I believe Rutgers is a number 20 is a top 25 class.
All right, so let's go to it. All right, and now let's go. Well, first of all, let's see who signed.
And is Rutgers considered a second tier, as you would like to call it? Is Penn okay? Hang on, let's go for. Hang on.
Right now, they're on the border. But
let's talk. Hang on. Let's hear here. Let's do this. This is
all right. So let's see how many Rutgers guys signed today. One.
Well, I know you got both guys from West Side.
I only see one listed in here. The kid from Morris Plain. You see the guys from West Side signed?
I believe so. The backer.
It doesn't show that they signed. Okay, but I guess they did.
So let's do this. This is what I want to look at. So,
did you go to the Rutgers signings or?
No, I'm looking at something else. I want to look at something else here.
Let's see what they signed. Rutgers probably has it. Rutgers signing day. Recruiting class is 23 players. All right, so let's see.
And how many are you allowed?
It depends on how many you have. You're allowed 85 scholarships.
Right, it's like a give and take type of thing, right?
I'm sorry, I can't look at it because I don't have the stupid thing.
I love it. Yeah, are you telling me you're not? What, you're not going to pay money?
No. So I go to APP. They give it to me free. Okay, so let's see. They got a kid from Kansas State, I guess.
Right, that's the returner.
They got a kid from Berkeley Prep. Oh, I remember I ran a camp at Berkeley Prep once.
Where is that?
Tiny school. That'll have like 5 Division I kids on it. There's like 100 kids in high school.
Where is it?
Tampa.
It's where?
Tampa, Florida.
How do I not know about this? This is my backyard.
Tiny school. Tiny.
Define tiny. Group 1?
Yes.
And then, so Group 1 school with 5 Division I guys? Yeah, you're going to win.
Like they'll have like, not every year, but they'll have Division I guys. Definitely. It's a prep school.
So you're telling me they're Saddlebrook. Are they Saddlebrook or Butler?
It's more like Patterson Catholic, I would say, is a better analogy. But they're not as good, but kind of the same kind of deal. Austin Dean, okay. Elijah Clark from Camden.
Did the number 1? Is there a kid on there from Illinois?
Toms River North kid.
Yes, you look at the last name.
Oh, he's coming as a receiver.
And tell me what's the relation. Give everybody the relationship.
And he's a walk-on. The father's the head wrestling coach.
Is that a give me or did he earn it?
Well, he's a walk-on, so I mean he's a good player. I don't know.
He's a walk-on no matter what. He's going there for free anyway. No.
I don't know.
Are you tired? Am I boring you? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just I didn't get my lunchtime nap today. Now
you see that's not good because you're just talking about how Nicole thinks you're not doing anything in the basement, and now you're talking about a lunchtime nap, dude. Come on, man.
I work around the clock. I got to get my naps in.
You know what? And I'm going to give it away. You know what I got you for Christmas?
A high five.
A 1-hour float spa.
Wow.
Where you get to go into a giant egg and just float.
Wow, that sounds good to me.
There's one down the corner from me, and I literally was thinking about getting it for you just because I think it would be funny to see you try and stay still for an hour, and then 2, to literally, because I know you're somewhat claustrophobic, to put you in like this egg where you're sitting there. Just have a little hidden camera of you in your Yukon bathing suit or something. I think it would be
egg massager. Oh.
It's not even a massage, but I'm comparing it to that. It's like you literally are just floating in an egg full of salt water. And that's what you do. You just float. It's called float therapy.
Let me see. Float therapy.
You're going to laugh because it's a real thing.
Okay. Oh, wow. It is a real thing. What the heck?
I'm telling you, it's almost like I would compare it to you being in like a tanning bed, only it's water.
Oh, is it salt? So it just keeps you up?
You're supposed to do all. What do you mean? Well, I would hope you know how to float. And it's not like it's not 10 feet deep. It's like a pod.
So I have to know how to float?
Are you telling me you don't know how to float?
I do know how to float, but that's not going to be therapeutic.
Well, you're just sitting there in the calmness of the water and allowing to leave your body.
Wow, that's cool. Let me see. I never heard of this thing.
Are you serious?
No, I never heard of it.
Dude, this is right along the lines of like an acupuncture or any of those types of things.
I had acupuncture for my Achilles.
Did it work?
I didn't do anything.
Did you feel the?
Yeah, when I was getting it was cool, but
did you feel it? Is it like a bee sting?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. It wasn't.
Now, I mean, you wouldn't know, but I was going to ask, is it like a tattoo? But you wouldn't know.
No, I have no tattoos.
Yeah, well, let me just say, if our coaching checks were bigger, I'd have a lot more.
I have none. I never have, and I guess at this point, I maybe never will.
I'm telling you, man, if I could get more, I would.
If I was gonna get a tattoo, I'd get it like across my belly, like Tupac did. With that,
I'd get a giant Nike swoosh right here on my chest.
Dave's life.
Nope, Nike swoosh right here. So for the rest of my life, swoosh life.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on. So here, I want to run through this with you since we got into this tier type of thing. Okay, as far as schools. So we're talking Big Ten conference.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to run through each school. You tell me top tier or lower tier.
I mean, first of all, let me preface this. I guess there's really like 3 tiers probably. There's probably like the top tier programs.
So do you want to do that? You want to do like high, middle, low?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. High, middle, low. I like that. That sounds better. We'll make it more whatever. Okay. First school, Illinois.
Second.
University of Indiana.
Was second tier, now is first tier.
Current. You're saying currently University of Indiana is top tier in the Big Ten. How about this?
Yes.
I'll give you this.
My answer is yes. People want to go there.
Okay. Iowa.
Yes.
What is yes? Top?
Top tier.
Maryland. I feel like you're going to have, if you put Illinois in the middle, I feel like you're going to have nobody in the lower end.
Second tier, I would say.
So Maryland's a second tier team. I don't know if Coach Dex is going to like that one. Michigan.
Top tier.
Michigan State. Come on, man.
I still think they're top tier.
Oh, my God. You're out of your mind.
Well, are we talking about how they play, or are they considered a top tier?
I'm talking about, how about all of it? I'm talking all of it together. I was going to give you based off of the last 3 years, where would you rank these teams? That's how I was going to do it.
Oh, all right.
I think you're still kind of spot on. I mean, I don't know. Michigan State. Dude, I
stink, so I'm going to have to put them in second tier.
Minnesota.
I've seen their facilities. So I would have to say they should be in first tier, but I don't know if they are. I mean,
See, listen, man, you got to make up your mind.
All right, I'm gonna have to say second tier.
That's what I'm saying. You set the precedent with the first one being where you put it. This one, Nebraska.
First tier, man.
What?
That's first tier.
This is 1996, man.
Well, I'm stuck in 1996. If they lose, it's their fault. Nebraska should be first tier.
Northwestern.
Why wouldn't you want to go hang out with all the Cornhusker girls?
Northwestern.
I mean, I guess.
Dude, this is. I don't even know why we did 3 tiers.
First tier.
Okay.
Third tier is like.
Listen, there's not that many teams left, so stop. Ohio State.
First tier.
Penn State.
First tier.
Purdue.
Second tier.
Oh, my God. Rutgers.
Second tier.
Wisconsin.
First tier.
You have no one in the lower tier.
Third tier would be like
You're done. That's it. That's the entire Big Ten conference. You listed every. There's not one person. You're the one that suggested middle, high, low, and you have no one in your lower tier.
Third tier. No one in the Big Ten is third tier.
You're serious.
No one.
So you're making me think like third tier is like San Jose State.
San Jose State is second tier.
Holy sh!
Because they win.
Can you please give me a third tier team?
New Mexico State, Akron.
How can you put Akron as a third tier team when a name like the Zips?
Third tier, Eastern Michigan,
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt second tier.
Hang on, because now we got a show going. Now we got a show.
All right, let's go. Give me SEC.
That's what we're doing every Power 5 conference right now.
Give me SEC. Let's go. I'll tell you right now.
I'm going there right now. Southeastern Conference. I want to see what it is. Here's who it is. I'm pulling them up so I don't miss any of them. I need to know, I can't. This guy's all. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Bring it on.
I know, all right? We got a storm going on, so obviously the connection here is slow as hell. Let's go.
Get better internet, or else I'm going to
have to. What can I say? I'm just a high school football coach. Like,
Kevin Toth was signed from with Rutgers.
Who did?
Kevin Toth.
Who's that?
Lineman. I think he goes to the Hunt School. Very good player. Anyway.
Ready?
Yes.
SEC. Alabama.
First tier.
Arkansas.
Second tier.
Auburn.
First tier.
Florida.
First tier.
Georgia.
First tier.
Kentucky.
Second tier. Although they have some years where they're pretty good. But
LSU.
First tier.
Ole Miss.
First tier.
Ooh. Mississippi State.
First tier.
Missouri.
That's a tough one.
That's
They've
a
had some
tweener?
really good years.
That's a tweener.
They kind of are. I don't know. What's their record this year?
Oh, stop. Which are they?
They're second tier.
South Carolina.
They invest like first tier, but play like second tier.
Do you mean in coaches' buyouts or just in general?
They spend a lot of money. It doesn't seem to go
South
anywhere.
Carolina.
I have to say South Carolina. First tier.
Wow.
They should be good. There's no
Tennessee.
reason. First tier.
Texas A&M.
First tier.
Vanderbilt.
8th tier. Second tier. They're really second tier because they played, I don't know.
Okay. That was the Southeastern Conference.
They're the closest one, believe it or not, to third tier.
Atlantic Coastal Conference.
Okay.
And I will, for all intents and purposes for this year, I'm including an independent in there because that's how they're aligned and they're playing in the championship game this weekend. We'll start it off. Notre Dame.
First tier.
Go Rudy. Woohoo, Rudy.
I know you don't like them, but they're first tier, no doubt. This is the.
I would never tell
this one. People should be listening to this. There are 50 people listening to our opening monologue, and then no one after that. They should be listening to this stuff.
Well, this is a good one, and we were planning on going this direction, but this is why this is why we do what we do because I think this is freaking amazing. Clemson,
first tier.
Miami,
first tier.
Hell yeah, they are. North Carolina State,
second tier.
North Carolina,
first tier.
Wow. Boston College.
The other one I'm a little bit like on the fence on.
As in on the fence on between what? High and middle?
Because I'm stuck in the 90s where they were first tier.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin's not there anymore, Coach.
I think it's second tier.
Pitt.
Second tier. They'll have some great years too, but
Virginia Tech.
Used to be first tier.
Used to be hands down first tier. No brainer.
Definitely second tier though.
They've definitely fallen off since Beamer left. The Cavaliers of Virginia.
Second tier. They should be first tier.
You think?
Should be first tier.
Is that another sleeping giant? Are they comparable to an Arizona?
I mean, the guy who's there has had a couple good years. He was the BYU head coach. He's close. Like that should be Virginia Tech and Virginia should be first tier.
Are Virginia Tech and Virginia comparable to an Arizona State? Or how about
I would say, well, Arizona State to me is.
That's another. We could do that too. We could go into that. We could go into that next. The in-state.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're first tier, but all right, but they should be first tier. Virginia and Virginia Tech, like, if we want to talk potential, like Greg Schiano is first tier, but the program is not yet first tier. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So
of course,
you have a first tier head coach. But not yet. It's not yet a first-year program. Okay, go ahead.
Wake Forest.
You
You do have a low-level category in here. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're second tier. Wake Forest because they're not. The big whatever no one should be in the third tier if you're from the
big five.
Power Five. I mean,
Georgia Tech.
Second tier should be first tier, but they're second tier.
Louisville. They go back and forth. Woo! Struggling.
I think.
Struggling.
I think if I make Kentucky second tier, then they have to be second tier. It's a second tier football state.
So Louisville second tier.
Yep.
Man, anybody who listens to this might be our best show.
I love Kentucky, but the state of Kentucky.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I love it.
I'd love to go there and see a basketball game. That's all I would love to do.
Mm.
Florida State.
first tier.
Mm.
Although, I don't know. I heard a lot of rumors that they aren't, but I don't know.
Duke.
Second tier. First tier head coach.
Cutliff.
Second tier program. So, like, if you have a first tier head coach in a second tier program, you have an opportunity.
Here's this one. I'm excited to hear the response to this one. Syracuse.
Third tier.
Oh my goodness! Ernie Davis is rolling in his grave, ladies and gentlemen.
They destroyed the program.
We have the first Power 5 conference lower tier team in the Syracuse, which this is going to upset my cousin very much so because
they haven't invested in their program.
My cousin's going to be very upset. He's a Syracuse grad, man. He worships the ground that walks on up there. I've been to the Carrier Dome. I don't think it's a very –
Buffalo Bulls would crush them.
I do not like the Carrier Dome.
The Buffalo Bulls would crush Syracuse. That's all you need to know.
That is a hot take.
Buffalo Bulls are second tier.
That's amazing.
Think about that. I played against Buffalo in college. Buffalo had just moved to, I guess, a couple of years they'd been FCS. We laid the smackdown on them. But
one of your two wins.
They did have a nice stadium. No, what are you talking about?
It's just so easy to get underneath. It's just so easy.
It is.
All right, so we've done the Big Ten. We did the SEC. Moving on to the Pac-12. Washington.
Definitely top tier.
Oregon.
Top tier.
Stanford.
Top tier.
Oregon State.
Second tier.
Washington State.
Second tier.
Cal.
Second tier.
USC.
First tier.
The Buffaloes of Colorado.
First tier. Hold on. Let me think about that for a second. Let me think about that. Because I'm stuck in the 90s with them.
Yeah, it's not Cordell Stewart.
That's
it's
tough.
Not what's his name, the skier. Who was that guy that was my skier? Jeremy Bloom?
What's their record this year? Who's their coach? Calderal? No.
Who are you talking about?
Who's
Colorado? It's the hottest name in actually no. What is his name? We just talked about it the other day. Right now they are
Calderal. Yeah, the guy used to be UCLA head coach.
Right, they're 4-1. And I believe they just lost this weekend was their first loss of the year.
They're getting paid. Jeez, he's getting paid $3.2 million.
Don't ever look at that. Why would you do that to us? Don't do that. I hate when you do that. Don't do that. Oh, don't ever bring salary into it. Don't do that.
I would say they're second tier.
Colorado, second tier team. God, where is Chris when we need him? Because I would love to have like an outside opinion on these because this is good stuff. This is why we do this right here. This is what I'm talking about. Getting opinions on stuff like this. I love this.
I never got to talk about Deion Sanders flipping a 4-star to Jackson State.
We can go into that after because I saw his thing before, and look, the way he talks just makes me want to go there. Like he's amazing, dude. He's amazing. His charisma, all that stuff. I freaking love that stuff. All right, moving on. UCLA.
First tier.
UCLA first tier.
I've been on that campus. And
if there's one thing that showed on this show, it's that you are, by all means, a UCLA guy.
When I was a kid, I wanted to go there, but
I'm not a big fan of their color scheme, my friend.
No, but I just remember the cheerleaders. Back
Oh,
in-
this. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Utah,
Have you ever been to UCLA?
Dave.
Westwood?
Coach,
Unbelievable place.
has Coach Depascale ever been anywhere other than New Jersey or Florida? No. So
You should take over the NUC travel team or something.
anytime you're willing to start, I'd love to be a frequent flyer.
You're gonna have to
Even
get,
with COVID
you have to
time.
get a little slimmer, like we all were back in the day. We're about your age back then.
I'm for that. That would help me because I just wouldn't eat. But anyway,
You got to run through airports and stuff.
yeah, I would look like Home Alone. So, Utah Utes.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Is it still Winningham?
Kyle Winningham? Yeah, I believe so.
First tier.
First tier. Okay. That's interesting. And then the two that we've been talking about the last couple of days, Arizona State.
Arizona State, first tier.
Really? And then Arizona.
Second tier.
Really?
They should be first tier.
Wow. Okay. To the last.
Maybe they are first tier and they just stink. I don't know.
To the last of the Power 5 conferences, the chuck it everywhere, play no defense, Big 12.
Okay.
Wow, looking at these, there's it's in the Power 5 so far. You have, I just want for the viewers, I just want the viewers to know you have one team ranked in the lower tier. That's it.
The only reason Syracuse is in the ACC is because of basketball. Period. Unless Jim Brown's coming back and Ernie Davis and
Donovan
Jim
McNabb.
Donovan McNabb.
Can we throw Donovan McNabb in there?
Medee Williams.
I was just gonna say, can we throw Medee in
there?
Marvin Harrison?
Medee Williams. Yeah. Marvin Harrison. Yeah. I mean, those were,
Dwight Freeney?
Dwight Freeney.
How many? The fact that we can drill a lot of Syracuse alum.
I mean, Syracuse. I would say Syracuse, even though they were always good, they maybe were probably normal. Oh, they might have been first year back in the day. NFL draft. NFL draft 2020. Syracuse have any players selected last year? They did have a couple of guys go. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Big 12.
People don't want to play in a Carrier Dome. Let's put it like that.
I didn't like it, and it's
Carrier Dome was a big deal when I was in high school.
It's way too damn cold, man.
Too old. All right, go ahead.
Way too damn cold. That's for me. I'm not. Listen, I went up there one year for the spring football game, and it was snowing outside. No, thank you, buddy.
I went there.
Not my cup of tea. Not rolling with it. Not okay with it. Big 12 schools. Here we go.
All right. Big 12 schools. I'm listening.
I like the Big 12. I do. I know there's a lot of offense to be had in it, but I do kind of like it. Okay.
All right, let's go.
And then after this, we'll go to, whatever, and we'll pick them. Okay. Iowa State.
I would have said second tier, but they're damn good.
And he's probably the hottest coaching candidate in the country right now. And just so you know, I'm giving you this list based off of the 2020 football standings. So Iowa State is number 1 with an 8-1 record right now. 8-2 overall. Iowa State Cyclones. Where are we going? Let's go. This is like Jeopardy. I'm going to start getting the music going.
I'm going to say
Wind is ripping out here, man. We got like a nor'easter.
I would say second tier. First tier coach, second tier program.
Okay. Oklahoma.
First tier.
Texas.
First tier.
Oklahoma State.
First tier.
One of the biggest coaching characters I think we have in the game right now.
They invest too. They invested a lot of money. T. Boone Pickens, God rest his soul, no longer around.
Here's one that I always forget is in the Big 12 because they just don't seem like they fit. West Virginia. Obviously, you know me. I have a soft spot for West Virginia based off of, Coach Neil Brown being the head coach there now, who I actually played for at Sacred Heart. So I obviously have a soft spot for them and always root for them. I root for him no matter where he is. It's been really cool to follow his track and watch him go from, Sacred Heart in Connecticut to being the head coach at West Virginia. I think that's amazing. But where do we put them? Where do we put the Mountaineers?
Second tier.
Wow. I think people would argue with you on that one.
They probably would.
Steve Slayton, right?
They've had a lot of great players. They've had some great.
Listen, one of your favorite
they were a first tier program.
One of your favorite high school highlight tape players, right?
Who? Oh, mine. Great player.
TCU.
Second tier doesn't mean you're bad. It just means that you're not consistent enough. TCU. Definitely were a first-year program. I say first-year still. Not as good as they've been, but
best running back ever out of TCU?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Very good. What number did you wear?
25.
Take off the 2.
5.
Yep, single-digit running back. Phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Here's one, Kansas State. That's a tough one because they were trash for so long.
First year.
Really?
Yeah.
Texas Tech.
First year. They're on the border, though.
They are close. And they never win anything big. I mean, when Leach was there with Michael Crabtree and they upset Texas, I think that was like the biggest thing ever.
I mean, they might almost be second. I mean, they're close. They're kind of like West Virginia. I mean, maybe they're second tier.
Last 2.
I'll stay with first tier on that. Go ahead.
Baylor.
First tier.
What?
They're one of the original traditional programs. They had a lot of bad years, but you don't think
this one, I don't know where. Kansas.
Third tier.
Thank God. So right now you have Kansas playing Syracuse in the Loser Bowl.
Kansas should be second tier.
What's that?
Syracuse and Kansas should be second tier.
Well, you just drilled the Power 5 conferences right there.
Let's go through some of the non-Power 5 and see if anybody makes.
Actually, what are they? Give me the name. What do you want to do first? The Sun Belt?
Sun Belt.
All right, Sun Belt. Let me pull it up. What are the other ones?
Ishkabibble Conference.
Ishkabibble. That's interesting. Never heard of it. How do you spell that one?
ISH Kabibble.
IS. He said ISH Kabibble.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Is this what it's resorted to? Yes, it has.
Non-Power 5 conference.
Hang on. Let me don't jump ahead of me. This is my show.
All right, you the mid majors.
Don't ever. I hate that. I hate when people say that. All right, I'm in the Sun Belt right now. Here we go.
Belt.
Georgia Southern.
Good golly.
I know. Now it gets
third tier.
So Georgia Southern.
I'm just going off
Georgia
name right.
Southern. Wait. Georgia Southern's in the third. Okay. South Alabama.
Third tier.
Oh, here's a good one. Coastal Carolina.
Second tier. Having a first tier year, no doubt. But
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State, I would say.
Just landed a big time
Yeah,
as the head coach.
They're second tier.
The Raging Cajuns.
Who's the Raging Cajuns? Louisiana?
Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
They're actually pretty good now. They were a definite third tier. I would say with the resources maybe they have, maybe they're a second tier.
Texas State Bobcats.
Third tier.
And Louisiana Monroe.
I didn't even know they played football. Third tier.
All right, moving on from the Sun Belt, let's hit on Conference USA.
Conference USA. All right, that's that one. That one will have some guys in it. Okay.
Conference USA.
Conference USA.
Here we go. Okay, let's see what we got. Conference USA. There are 14 members, and let's check out the teams here. Here we go. Show me a little something. Okay. Southern Miss.
Second tier.
Western Connecticut. Western Connecticut. Western Kentucky.
I'd say second tier. They have cool unis.
La Tech.
Second tier.
A recently comeback from the dead University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers, UAB.
They did invest a lot of money, so I'm not 100% certain on this one.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need to be certain on anything. This is your opinion, buddy.
I know. I'm just.
You're not certain on your own opinion.
Yeah, I'm not certain on my opinion in the sense that they might be pretty good. I don't know if that's because they now have resources. I think they are pretty good, and they won the conference last year. I'll say second.
They do have I think a pretty cool logo. For some reason,
Before they were a no doubt third tier, but I think they must have got money or something, so they're second tier.
Anonymous donor, coach, an anonymous donor.
I don't know, but something.
So you're putting where UAB goes where?
I'll give them second tier. I'm throwing a bone out there.
You're turning so soft in your old age.
I'm looking.
Here's another good one. Charlotte football.
Charlotte, the city, great city. First tier.
Love it.
The football program, third tier.
And I'm going to ask you this. What is their mascot?
A bobcat.
Negative.
A hurricane.
Negative. I don't think you'd get it if I gave you 37 tries.
Green wave.
Negative.
Troy, 5 minutes, okay?
Hi, Nicole. Nice to hear from you.
Oh, yes, nice. Hi, Derek. I heard you guys had a good time last night.
Oh, we did, Derek. More so than it was good. It was fun. We'll keep it PG.
Oh, yes.
Troy, if you want to come down now, you can. Oh yeah, she was quick to throw. Troy, quick throwing on the bus, buddy. Come on down.
Here, you ready? I'll give you a hint. It is the name of an NFL team.
The name of an NFL. Panthers?
It is on the entire opposite coast of Charlotte.
Oh. Rams.
Negative.
Chargers.
Try again.
49ers?
Exactly.
That makes no sense.
That's exactly what I said. I don't think you'd get it if you ever tried.
No, you don't have to come back whenever you're ready.
The Charlotte 49ers.
Here, just take a seat over there, buddy.
They got a pretty cool logo, though. It is a pretty cool logo, but I don't know why. Anyway, one of my favorite under-publicized, below-the-radar teams in the country, the Marshall Thundering Herd.
Their resources are second tier. They play pretty close to first tier. I'll say second tier, but they're really good. I don't know. Yeah, second tier. Stadium's not big enough.
Well, it's got to be somewhat big enough, correct?
They're good. They got a legendary coach there who wins a lot. So,
Here's another good one. University of Texas, San Antonio.
what are they known for? Rustling up cattle?
I don't know.
Third tier?
I would think so. And then 2 more to go. Old Dominion.
Third tier.
And finally, University of Texas, El Paso.
Third tier.
UTEP. Conference USA.
The Fighting Desert. What's El Paso's nickname? The Fighting Desert? The Roadrunners? No.
Nope.
What are they? What are
the
they?
Miners.
The Miners. That's it. The Miners.
Okay, let's see. Let's see where we go from here. What do we have left? Mountain West? Is that even a conference anymore?
Well, what about the conference with Cincinnati?
Well, that's what, the MAC?
No, they're not the MAC. They're the AAC.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
I know you want to get there because, your boys are in there.
Oh, God. I have to plead the fifth on them.
Yeah, can you? What are you gonna abstain?
I might have to abstain for what the actual reality is. Mountain West.
Let's see. Mountain West Conference. Oh, used to have a big one, right? The Mountain West Conference used to be a big one because of the blue turf, the Smurf turf.
Well, BYU, first of all, none of them are, I would consider a.
Yes, where do you want to throw them? I'll throw them in there. We'll pick that. And I
would say they're first.
The Independence. So
I've got
Army.
Okay.
Where are you putting Army?
I think they're first tier Army and Navy. I just think an Air Force. I just don't. They have standards that make it difficult to get in there. So
Army is high, right? So you're putting Army and Navy as top tiers, right?
I guess they're maybe not really top tier.
Well, it's like, it's third and it's 4-2 and the clock's running out.
I'd have to go with
Army, Navy.
I guess they're second tier.
Both?
Yeah, all of them are.
Army, Navy.
Okay, first tier. Their coaches are first tier. Just because it's hard because of the armed force thing. They don't attract top
absolutely.
Tier. So, but
I wonder when the last time they got like a 5-star. You know what I mean? Like one of those type of gigs. You know what I'm saying?
Just a better education, no doubt. Right.
Like right.
Duke had second tier, even though obviously it's a great school.
I mean, but look, even like, does Virginia Tech are they up there academically with those others?
No.
Okay. All right. Mountain West Air Force. We said was where?
They're second.
Because Air Force is the lone academy to be in a conference. Boise State.
I thought Army's in the AAC, but Boise State.
They might be. I just threw those off the whim, so I could be mistaken. Absolutely. Boise State.
Ooh, Boise State's a toughie.
It is, and I used to love them, man. I mean, I watched that Statue of Liberty play when what's his name ran it in. That was amazing. Second tier for Boise.
Yeah.
Colorado State.
Second tier.
Adazio's there now.
Exactly.
Fresno State.
Second tier.
Who's the most famous quarterback to come out of Fresno State?
David Carr.
Poor guy got his, excuse my language, ass kicked physically in the NFL. The poor guy. But does have a Super Bowl with who?
Giants.
Very good. Very good. One of my top 5 teams as well. One of my favorites. The University of Hawaii. In my eyes, hands down, one of the hardest jobs in the country, no matter what.
Yeah. Probably.
Hands down, one of the hardest jobs, man. No way is that job easy in any right. It just can't be.
Because it's so far, people are so far away from there.
Every game's a road game, man.
I don't.
Think about having to travel 3 hours by a plane for your closest game.
Where did they still play in the Aloha Bowl?
That's it. I mean, come on, dude. It's Hawaii. There's only one place. What are they going to do? Play on a volcano? Which would probably be pretty cool.
I think they're third tier, maybe.
Really? Okay. I respect it. I respect it. I just, obviously I have a soft spot because, my man Timmy Chang and Colt Brennan and my man June Jones, my grandpa June Jones.
They've had some great teams. I don't know.
Here's another one that's always kind of like, whatever. University of Nevada.
Second tier.
Famous quarterback?
I don't say his name.
No. Oh, you don't say his name?
No, I'm kidding. CK. Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, very good. The Lobos.
Who?
The Lobos.
Is that New Mexico State or New Mexico?
University of New Mexico.
Third tier. I mean, Hawaii's really probably second tier because
you can't go backwards, son. I just think their logo is so cool too.
The tradition is really second tier.
I don't like the fact that Hapakon uses that logo because I think it does it an injustice, but I do like their H and the way they do that. I think that's cool. San Diego State.
Didn't we say them already? Oh, we said Fresno State, second tier.
San Diego State is second tier. Okay.
Who wouldn't want to
now San Jose State.
Second.
Oh.
I mean, San Jose is pretty sweet. Second tier. I'm just thinking of the area, attracting recruits. You haven't been to San Jose, have you, or San Diego?
Absolutely not.
San Diego's unbelievable. San Jose State. I don't know what San Jose State is like, but San Jose, awesome.
I bet.
It's kind of like like an hour and a half south of San Francisco, I think. UNLV, third tier.
Utah State.
Ooh. They've had some good teams. second tier, I'd say, maybe.
Recently, right? They've had some good teams recently, I would think.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Wyoming.
Definitely second tier. Not that good. Like they're kind of like Hawaii, but they're on the continental USA. So,
All right, buddy. I'm thinking this is our last conference. Well, I guess we saved the best for last.
The AC.
The AAC.
All right.
The AAC, not to be confused with the ACC.
Okay.
University of Central Florida Knights. UCF.
Where do they play now? Do they play in the old Orange Bowl?
No. What?
They have their own stadium?
The Orange Bowl has been demolished since, I believe, I don't even know.
I've
They
been there.
play in Orlando. They play outside of Disney in Orlando.
Okay.
Oh my God, that was actually hilarious. This guy said the Orange Bowl. Oh my God.
Say second tier.
Famous quarterback?
Dante Culpepper.
Very good. The Memphis Tigers.
Second tier.
Wow.
Great unis.
South Florida Bulls.
Third tier. Should be second tier.
Any team in Florida should be wherever.
At least
Tulane. The Tulane Green Wave.
Third tier.
I would hope so.
I mean, great school academically.
The Pirates of East Carolina.
Third tier. For a time, they were second tier, but that ship sailed.
The Bearcats of Cincinnati.
Mm.
And do not base it just off because they're having a good year.
I know. I would say
It's obviously tough.
they've had a lot of good teams, but they don't have great facilities unless they built a bunch of stuff. They're in Cincinnati, which is actually an underrated place.
Never been, obviously.
Not bad. I'll say second tier.
The Death Penalty. SMU.
Second tier. Stadium's right in Dallas.
The Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
Tulsa, because I've been there. Normally, I would think it's a third tier, but they're actually pretty good, and they seem to have nice facilities. So I'm going to say second tier.
Tulsa. Okay. University of Houston.
Definitely. Oof, they're close to first tier. I'd say second tier. You say second tier too, Troy? Okay.
The Temple Owls.
See, before I give you the Temple Owls, which is Houston used to be in the old Southwest Conference.
Correct.
They were definitely a first-tier team. Right. They should be first tier. They've had first-tier years, but it's almost like I don't know why they're not in the Big 12. Big 12, is it? I mean, them and SMU are original Southwest Conference teams. Anyway, that's not here or there. Second tier. And what was the next one? Temple?
We are on the Temple Owls of Philly.
Temple Owls, amazingly, are second tier. They are a team that was a third tier team that moved themselves up, in my opinion.
the last but not least,
Oh no.
UConn Huskies.
Oh my God. Third tier, Troy says.
That's literally the last team on the list based off of. I mean, I'm literally just Googling names. I mean, I'm sure we missed some here or there, but this is literally the last one you got to name, brother.
Well, what happened to FAU and FIU?
I have to find which conference they're in. I mean, I'm literally, like I said, I'm literally just Googling these guys.
FAU.
I should probably just type in
FIU's third team. FAU's probably
Division One. I should just type in Division One football.
FAU and FIU are probably both.
Are both what?
Well, FIU's third tier. FAU's maybe borderline, maybe second tier. Maybe the borderline. I don't know. UConn should be minimum second tier. But unfortunately, they are third tier. That is a shame. You're correct, Troy. It's a shame. They should be second tier, and if they were in a better conference, could maybe get there. Like they're like Syracuse right now. That's the way I look at it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that Syracuse is third tier. It's ridiculous that UConn is third tier. Do you agree?
It is extremely unfortunate.
We have great facilities. We have sick facilities at UConn. We have second-tier facilities, definitely. Second-tier facilities. We don't have Rutgers and UConn have – actually, Rutgers has a little bit better facilities, but our bubble's better than UConn. We have a better indoor facility. Now Rutgers is building theirs. So when Rutgers completes their facility –
Am I allowed to come over?
Yeah. Rutgers completes their facility, and if Greg Schiano keeps building them,
it could be a totally different story.
They could be a first-tier program.
All right,
I agree.
They could be. UConn has definite second-tier facilities. Their facilities are beautiful, but they didn't even play football this year. So, that is a third-tier move, not playing. Now,
yes,
maybe it works in their favor, but we'll see. I think that we'll see. Is that it? Now my question is there any FCS school
But you didn't talk
that
about me
isn't
today.
we're going to talk to you next.
Did you say FIU and FAU are both lower level?
I said FIU's third tier, FAU's second tier. FAU plays a high second, have played a high second tier level. Facilities are probably third tier. I don't even know. I really don't know. So, is there an FCS program that is not third tier? That's my question. I think North Dakota State is second tier.
App State.
App State's Division I now.
Daddy, I'm playing.
So they're probably
I'm-
second tier.
Daddy, I'm playing a Santa Claus driving game where Santa Claus drives a car.
Oh, yes. I've seen that before. All right. So let's move to, because we got Troy here on the line, ready to go. He's going to name, we're all going to name the Christmas gifts that we would like to have this year.
I know what I want for Christmas.
All right. So should we let Derek go first?
No, different.
All right, Troy, you got to get in here. Take a break from your video games.
No, I can play it one thing.
And you got to tell the screen right here where no one can see you. Come on over here. Okay. Troy, give us your first gift that you would like.
My first gift is Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda from The Mandalorian. Baby Yoda, the hottest.
That is a
hot gift this year. It's a hot gift.
that's what I hear.
Baby Yoda. Coach D, do you have any
All expense trip to Hawaii, maybe.
Woo! Coach D wants an all expense trip. I would like a bicycle.
A bicycle, like you already,
Oh, that'll be my number 2. I'd like a Peloton. I
already
think
have
they're pretty cool.
every bicycle.
A what? A pillow what?
A Peloton.
A Peloton. Oh, well, Peloton. That would be
My
good.
turn.
All right, Troy, you're up. Get yourself into your face in the screen there, kid.
My bro.
My bro, the robot. Is there a particular my bro you want? Like, is it the one
The
that?
regular my bro.
Oh, not the one where they play tricks.
The my bro. This the name.
It's like a robot. Okay. All right. Second gift, Coach D. Hawaii. I guess Peloton's your second gift.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
All right. What would I like, Troy?
I think you would like a bicycle. I think you may want 3 bicycles.
Multiple bicycles.
Maybe you should get your stationary bike for yourself because Molly already has one for herself.
I want a weekend vacation to Charleston, South Carolina.
That's nice. That sounds good.
I lived there for a month once. It was great.
Daddy, these are my gifts for Santa.
The stories I have,
For Daddy.
I cannot tell them because someone might watch this. They'll come out in my book one day. Great stories. All right, Troy, your third gift. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cheat you here. Go ahead, you're up. Are you gonna tell everybody? You gotta tell the mic here. Get up.
Go to my cousin's house.
You want to go to your cousin's house?
Yes, but this is
Oh.
off Santa Claus's list.
Oh, that's very nice. So you want to go visit your cousins,
Ella and John Carlo.
Arabella and John Carl. Okay, that's cool. I think you might maybe get that one. All right. We'll see. He likes playing with.
Yeah, because we're actually gonna go there for Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay, so there you go. All right, Coach D, your third gift.
I would like. Let's see. Man, I miss my old. I miss my old Audi. I'd like a new car. Go back to my old Audi days. Give me a nice Audi A4. Oh, I miss that car. So I'm going with a new car, Troy.
I don't know what you're hooting and hollering about. Let me think what I would like.
You don't want a bicycle with poop in it.
I don't want what?
A bicycle with poop in it.
Wow, that took a spin.
All right, Troy. This is a family show, Troy. It's a family show here. It's a family program. I'm thinking, I'd like to get rid of my car, to be honest.
Yes, you are gonna get.
But I won't be able to do it for another 6 months. So
Why?
So-
And some people already stole your car.
someone stole my car. That'd be great. Then I can get a new one.
And I would just ask Joe to get your car, and then you could switch with Joe
It's a good idea.
because his car. Then you would have matching cars. Then you would have matching cars with Mommy.
Yep. Okay.
Crash.
I'm thinking I would like a home gym weight set.
Oh, I would like that too.
Yeah, we could work out, you know what I mean? Or a membership, maybe I guess right now it wouldn't be good, but maybe like to join like jujitsu or something like that. I don't know, something different. I gotta figure that one out. So
Look, I'd like to do something different too, but with the times going on now, like you just don't even know, and it's crazy. It's annoying.
yeah. So
I mean, our own guys can't even work out in the gym.
I know. By the way, I know teams, that we'll talk about that are working out, are allowed to.
Am I gone?
You're gone. You're out of here. Thanks, Troy, for the segment.
Thanks, Troy.
Great job. Great segment once again. All right. So I wanted to ask you, what do you pretty amazing that Dion is flipping like 4 stars to Jackson State.
Dion, man.
Yes.
Once we get to my part, it's almost done the show.
Yes. It's the end of the show. We're near the end of the show.
Okay.
Alabama's number 1, Ohio State number 2, LSU number 3, Georgia number 4, Clemson number 5, Oklahoma number 6. Oh, I'm sorry, Oregon number 6, Oklahoma 7, Florida 8, Notre Dame 9, Michigan top 10, North Carolina 11, Texas A&M. I'm sorry, USC 11, Miami 12, North Carolina 13, Texas A&M 14, Tennessee 15. That's probably not good for Tennessee, actually.
No.
Wisconsin 16, Texas 17. That's not good for Texas at all. Ole Miss 18, Maryland 19.
Wow.
Arkansas 20, Penn State 21. That's not good for Penn State. Iowa 22, Nebraska 23, Cal 24, Pittsburgh 25, Missouri 26, Minnesota 7, 27, Virginia 28, Utah 29, Washington 30. That's not actually good for Washington. I rated them first tier. Let's see where Rutgers is. Boston College is 39. West Virginia was 37. I don't know. Mississippi State is 36. That's not good. Rutgers 40. I thought they were higher than that. Do you know?
What's that?
Rutgers is 40th.
Off of whose rankings?
It's 24/7. Sports.
Those are the ones I would probably go with. Damn, that's low. But I mean,
That's
if you
all
think
right.
about it, he's done all that. When did he get the job? March, February?
Well, I thought they were in the 20. I guess
I thought they were in the 20s too. I thought they were like 22, something like that.
maybe because they have a bunch of guys committed that haven't signed yet. Although Toth just signed, so that should move them up. Oh, Toth is not from. I thought he was from Hun School. This is Hudson, Ohio. So I guess I'm thinking of somebody else. That's interesting. Baylor, I said, was first tier. They're 41th in recruiting. That's not first tier. Arizona State's 45. Auburn is 46.
Wow.
They said Kevin Steele's the front runner. The DC. 46. That's bad. Really bad. UCLA 49. So I guess Rutgers isn't doing that. I mean, they're ahead of UCLA and Auburn. Vanderbilt 47. Syracuse 53. Duke 54. TCU 56. I'd have to take them out of first tier. Washington State 57. Northwestern 58. Colorado 59. Stanford 60. Indiana 61. I don't know. What do I know? Illinois 76. Ugh. Texas Tech 74. BYU 72. I rated them first tier. I must be an idiot. Houston 92. Temple 93. Where is UConn? Oh my God. Oregon State 111. Jackson State 123. That's amazing. They have a 4-star and 3 3-star.
Listen, you know what a name can do to attract certain things. You know what I'm saying? As far as, just everything in general. You throw a name like Deion Sanders in there, and remember, he doesn't have to so much be attractive to the player per se, but now you're talking an age bracket where the players he's recruiting's dad probably worshiped Deion Sanders. You gotta think that has some type of a factor going into it. Right? Wrong? You agree? Disagree? You think that, that's the dynamic we're working with?
I agree. The worst Division I program. Oh my God! Did I say Utah State was second tier?
Yes.
That was dumb. They're 136th in recruiting, and Western Kentucky's 138th. That's pretty bad. Really bad. Kennesaw State 146. So let's see. UConn is 108. Oh my God. They are 108, Troy.
Oh yeah, I didn't even I missed them. That's one of the teams I was thinking. Troy, which is Alabama, right? They're look, Neil Brown did a great job there, but I would still think they're probably a third tier.
Yeah, they're third tier. Coastal Carolina, 86th. That's not bad, actually, for them.
Absolutely not. And I wonder how much they're going to jump with this late signing period, especially if they get into a whatever bowl and even, depending on the size of the bowl they get in and win another game, who knows?
All right. Oh, we have dinner? Okay, let's go eat. So
that wraps it up, I guess.
Well, I want to see App State is 64th in recruiting. That's pretty good. I guess Rutgers is pretty good for 40. 40's good. I mean, 40's pretty good. 40's pretty good. That's pretty solid. North Texas didn't do a bad job. Let's see. We didn't do the MAC conference. They're all third tier there. Where's UCF? UCF in recruiting is 62. That's about right. It's about right. I mean, it's not about exactly. For the top tier, it's being top, but after that, is there a big difference? Like Virginia, it's 28th in recruiting. Minnesota's 27th. What's their record this year? Virginia, yeah, Bronco Mendenhall. He's not bad.
Right.
He's not bad. He's a pretty good coach. He's making 3.2 milli. It's not bad.
No. Anytime you can put a point after your salary, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look at some of these guys that have gone, like the guys that started out at a Boise State and then went on to God knows what programs. You know what I mean? Chris Peterson, these guys, you know what I mean? They all get looks. I mean, look, you just need to start somewhere, be successful, and then go from there. And then before you know it, that check starts to rise a little bit.
Yep. And I am mentally done, fried.
Have a good dinner.
We're going to have dinner, and then I'm going to go. All right.
Lights out for this guy. All right, buddy. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Good show, man. Really good show. Fun show.
Good show. And it definitely spun the way we weren't thinking about it. So
I was thinking about
anybody watching just got all these things, got a million conferences ranked.
Yeah, you could tell me I don't know what I'm talking
for who to look at, whoever. But you know what? It was entertaining for us.
Absolutely. Have a great day.